I just need your Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi.
Yes.
Can
It's
I
new.
stop?
No,
Não é preciso?
don't.
Então, o meu Wi-Fi.
With the passwords?
Yeah. Danny, please stay. We will start now. I'm sorry for all this confusion.
No, don't worry.
So, okay, first of all, the installation of Skype. We just enter Google, we put like Skype there, and there will be the very first line dedicated exactly to that. And you put install Skype, just the most basic one, the one which is free of charge and everything. So as soon as you are done, it's quite fast, downloading quite fast on your computer or on any other device. So as soon as it's all done, we can continue. So we will need our username and our password. Normally our username can be our name and our email. I would recommend to create a separate email for that. Separate email and separate Skype. Don't use your personal Skype for the classes. Why? Because as soon as you enter Skype, what do you see? You see the amount of people that you've got there, and normally we all have really plenty of people inside, especially foreigners, especially Danny, I'm sure. He's originally from one country, then started in another, working in the third, and stuff like that. So there will be lots of people. So students will be kind of lost there. Of course, you always can put them in the favorites, but come on, it's easier just to create a separate one and really more handy. And then you can switch off one, switch on the other, and for example, leave one switched on your phone, the other one will be on your computer, the third one will be on your tablet or something like that, so you can create as many as you want. And the next thing, here, because in Skype there will be, what function does it have? Okay. Already. Then as soon as we switched on to Skype, we have it clean, let's say, we have no one there, we can add contacts. And we will need the email of the students. Better, not the Skype name, but the email. Because Skype name sometimes doesn't work that well, they make mistakes, they don't remember which name they used, whatever, and email normally stays. No, I didn't do it right away. Okay, so what is it? Zone fun this. Okay. Now we will go, and now I will switch on as far as we have our computer loading. Whatever. As far as it's just loading, I will open my Skype on the phone. The application on the phone will be always a little bit different from what you see on the screen in the computer. Rita, can I ask you, please, could you do that? Because it didn't recognize what I put there. Okay, could you please do it just for me? So the network security.
It's not fun. It's not fun. It's this one.
Okay. Okay. So.
Can you put it again? Sorry. Só tenho uma mão para dar por. Sorry.
Sorry. Okay, so we enter here, and first of all, our status. we should be active. The status is active, away, don't disturb, invisible. We should be active for our students to see that we are online.
Yeah.
And if we've got the class marked at a certain hour, we need to start being active at least half an hour before. Okay? Because Skype is a program, it's a robot. And sometimes it doesn't switch on right away, and then the student, they kind of can say, oh, but you're not online. And then the student can send photo to you, a print screen, that you are not online. And you should be sure that you are. Okay, so you check that you are active and half an hour before the class, even if you are still doing some other things which Skype allows you to do. You can even, if you want, there is another option, share what you are up to. You can even put here, I'm already available for the class at this time. I'm already online. So this way, all your students, even if you have a group, will see your status, because it will be right underneath your picture and your name. It's always good to have a picture on Skype, because you choose the name Danny. There will be some Danny from Russia, Danny from Africa, Danny from Australia, Danny from whatever. There will be lots of people like this, and it will be much easier to find you. Because what you want, you really don't want any problems. You want it to go smoothly, at least this technical part. So the next thing, what you are doing. So you are entering your Skype. So these are all the people that you've got here, the list of people. Okay, very good. It's finally done, thank you. So you've got the list of people here, but you need to add, and you need probably to create a group, because you've got a group of students. How many students normally are there in your group?
Average class size, 3 or 4.
3 or 4.
Yeah.
That's totally fine.
One group of 8.
Okay, one group of 8. Well, there are 2 issues here with big groups. Groups with 10 people or so, there are 2 issues. Skype gives you the possibility of 10 hours of using its tools free of charge.
Okay.
Those good tools that we're going to still speak about. And they are also divided by the amount of people. So groups are included there. As soon as you are run out of those 10 hours, what Skype does, it switches off your video, but you stay on with voice. So you can continue with voice, or there is another wonderful thing in Skype, you can send a video. You can make the video of yourself explaining something, or the video of your screen in the computer, and send it to your students. If this kind of thing happens, but 10 hours are normally quite alright, and it's enough. And at the end, I will still give you some more applications that you can use when Skype doesn't work, by whatever reason. So, and then 10 students, your internet should be really strong. That's one of the most important things. So probably, if it's not very strong at your place where you live, either you will have to take care of that, or you will have to come here. And well, I'm sure here it should be.
Yes, the office, yes,
Right.
of course.
So, because 10 students, it will be spread, the traffic will be spread between 10 people, 3 people, 5 people. And the quality of connection may fall a little bit. And that happens. It happens even with particular classes, one-to-one, and especially when you've got a group. With a group, so it's another point why it is very good for you to be online and start working kind of with it half an hour before. You can even arrange to start checking how it works. You can just make a quick call, even if not to your students, then to here, to Fun Languages, and try to see if the connection is all right. Okay, if everyone can hear you, the sound, the light, if they can see you actually, if you can see them and hear them, because all that is important. Then, the next point is you need to create a group out of the people. You added people, you know how to add people, right? So there is one, like one little thing there which you put, and I will be showing it right now on the big screen. So you add people, you have a list of people who are mainly your students, and then you create a group. For that, you need to enter the part which is called contacts and choose create a group and add people there. Or simply make a call to one of the students. Let's choose a leader of the group of the students, the one who will be your helping hand. They normally like it, even teenagers. You call this person and then you press a plus at the down board in Skype. And there you can have thing written add people. You press it and you add people actually. So create a group is quite easy.
Yeah.
And actually dealing with Skype nowadays is quite easy. It used to be a bit more complicated. So, okay. If you have 100 students, if you have 100 students, and you have classes more often with this group of students, like with those 8, for example, you can add them to preferred people with a star. And they will always appear at the top of your list. But don't exaggerate with that, because otherwise all your list from down will pass up and it will be exactly the same.
Oh,
So,
okay.
or you can do like this, for example, you can prepare in advance. For example, Sunday, today is Sunday night. You're already at home, going to bed, and you know that tomorrow, Monday, you have a class with this group of students. And what you do, you just add this group of students and your top list, let's say. Okay? So, and on Monday, as soon as you open the computer, it's already there, and you can already see who's online, who's offline, stuff like that. Okay? It doesn't want to open, but okay. So, who should call who? Should students call you, or you should call your students? Well, whatever. Honestly, it's whatever. Who is ready, that one is calling. Normally what I'm doing and putting it as a responsibility of the student. Student should call me. I'm online. I've done everything for the students to see me.
Of course.
I've done everything for them to see me. I can even additionally, if it's a kind of, we have it's scheduled at 11:02. Nobody is calling me, but I see that some of them are online. I can send a group message. Hey guys, I'm here and I'm available. Looking forward to see you guys. So that's it. You've done everything. Responsibility is thrown back to them. So because I don't know how it's done here, Rita, because I'm doing this with a thought of my way of dealing with the things. I'm putting it like this. If the student doesn't appear for the class and doesn't tell me anything one day in advance, at least, the class is thought to be given. So the payment stays. He pays for nothing because he failed. But the student needs to know that it was really his responsibility. Okay? You need to operate well with that, because this raises the motivation and self-consciousness in the students, because as teachers we need not only to give a class of English, but we need to help and formate the people that are there by normal life conditions that we're giving. Responsibility is quite normal. So that's it. Who should call who? That we have done. So now you've got a group, all the people, and well, you arrange that with this group you will call the people. So you make a call. You make a call, it starts ringing, and you will start having windows popping out. If not all of the students answer you, there may be like 3 appearing, 3 people appeared, and others not. It means that others didn't respond to your call. They can join later. And normally, Skype is a great thing because it puts the time when somebody joined in. So then, if student skips some part, you can help the student and you can send the material to the student from the part that he skipped, if you want to be a sweetheart. If you don't want to be a sweetheart and this student is a kind of breaking borders already, it's not the first time when he's not appearing, when he's whatever, you can just say, come on, you can't do this anymore, because you're interrupting the class. And it's still not open. So, the next thing. You start the class and you need to check if everyone from your students can hear you well, they are there, everything is fine. So you start. And you start, normally I don't know what you start your classes with, but you can start with some phonetics exercises, which involve listening. So if they can't hear you well, you will understand it right away. Which can be a kind of song if they're like smaller, they can, you can say something like, you hear this word, press a button. Or like, I'm saying something, press a button. And you will see their reaction, if the reaction is there or not. Or repeat after me, or something like that. It depends on the group that you have. So you need to check the connection, but not saying them, let's check the connection. No, you're just doing it on your own way. You know what you do. Okay, and then how to give a class itself. The class itself normally consists of different kind of things. You draw something on the board, right? Or you give them handouts. Okay, we can just pause.
Yeah, we'll pause that there for a second.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry,
sure.
Danny. Thank you.
But then again, нас прикупaju kao poslu kultaristi koji.
Sorry. Tudo lá ao pé do quadro, estás a só favor. Okay. Now it's
Yeah.
okay.
Normal class, offline class it's called.
Obrigada, Dani. Não, eu não desliguei.
Yeah.
Ela corta.
Can it be seen there? Or I should write it a bit lower?
I can see. On the screen.
Se calhar escrevias a preto, não tens nenhuma preta?
Tenho.
É melhor. Porque senão não se percebe. E maior. Agora vê-se.
Se calhar preciso de uma gente com mais.
Uma mais nova. Será que o Dani foi buscar?
I'm not giving the name here because it's not necessarily Skype. Okay?
Tem bocado mais tinta, se calhar.
Oh, great. Danny, I'm not giving the name here as Skype because it's not necessarily Skype, as we will learn at the end, because it's Skype. Something happens to it, it's normal.
Okay.
We will use something else. So it's
Okay.
an online class
Yes.
and an offline class. It's offline is when you're
Yes.
here and students are in front of you. So in offline class, you can use the board. Oh,
Boa, Dani, obrigada.
Danny,
Espetacular.
that was just great. You can use the board, whiteboard. And what can you use instead during the online class? Any ideas, Danny?
sharing a screen. Or am I
Good
getting?
idea. And what will they see
Paper.
on your screen? Okay, you share the screen, and still doesn't want. You share your screen, and for example, there is a photo of you on the beach with your girlfriend. So what do they see in your screen? So if you
Okay.
share the screen, okay, so what can you do?
Okay, maybe there's a document of some kind with an
First, you need to
activity
open the
or
document.
exercise.
You need
Yeah.
to have a document ready.
Mhm.
You normally try to avoid the situation when you do something
Mhm.
during the class,
Mhm.
because you are also responsible, not only students, you too. You're responsible for their time because they are paying you for the time they also spend with you.
Mhm.
And if you are spending time typing stuff to them
Mhm.
or sharing the screen and then starting to look for the file where you actually saved it and then you can't find it like it's happening to me now, I'm very sorry for that. That's really bad preparation. But it's a kind of not professional,
Mhm.
okay? So you can share the screen, that's great. But you will always have a file prepared. File prepared in advance. That's a kind of very important.
Mhm.
So you've got like you open, you know that during the class you need to use 10 files, different ones. And normally, yeah, well, if you choose a Word document to write in it, you choose one Word document for each exercise. You will not scroll down
Yeah.
to look for something. Again, each part of your class will be in a separate file, okay? Each part of the class in a separate file. Should be in a separate file. Then, this is what concerns sharing the screen and using the board, the parallel here. Then, I will put an option of typing, because it happens, for example, student makes a mistake, and you need to write to him how to write the word correctly. That's the basic example. Yes, you type, but only these kind of things, really. Dictations, yes, the student will type or the student will write, it's up to you. Okay? And I will put here like this, so it's good and not. So it's only for some little things. Then, during the class you can use a board, you can use handouts.
Mhm.
How can you substitute those here?
Links.
Links. Okay, links, but
if
again,
there-
sharing the screen,
Yeah.
we're going to the same,
Yeah.
as far as I
But
understand.
if, for example, we give a handout of some reading, maybe it's an article or a text that might be sourced somewhere online, could we send a link? And it would take to a page. where-
Are you sure that the student will be able to connect to that link well? Are you sure that it will not give an error of 404? So
Mhm.
keep your class prepared.
Mhm.
Your class is your responsibility. It's your face, it's your professionalism. So you need to have it prepared 100%. You can send a link, okay? You can. But the thing is that you need to be ready that it may not work.
Mhm.
And for that you need to be like ready to substitute it.
Mhm.
And not like, oh, okay, I think now, no. And you rely always on sharing the screen. What if
Mhm.
sharing the screen fails? Somehow, it happened to me already. I tried to share the screen. Doesn't go.
Maybe you could, if these are files or documents that are in your possession, you could upload them onto the chat. Is that a possibility? And then someone else can share them?
Okay, you can like upload them
Like-
during the class to Skype.
Yeah, maybe
Okay.
in advance. Maybe that's a tactic
That's
to.
the point. You've got my point. Good.
Very good, Danny.
Everything should be done in advance.
Yeah.
You already catch me. So
Yeah, yeah.
it's like everything should be done in advance.
Okay.
You can send a file.
Before the class starts, is
You can send it during the class. But the thing is, if the student or you or whatever or just Skype has bad connection and now half of the world is on quarantine, come on, and these kind of applications may start working not so well. They may not be prepared from the very first day.
Yeah.
So these sending files, receiving files, it takes long to upload the file. So if you start sending a file during the class, which normally doesn't take more than a couple of seconds, or even if it takes like 1 minute, what I used to do sometimes if it happened, I would be like doing something else.
Mhm.
But I would be sending it in advance during the class. So like 5 minutes before I need to do this exercise, I would start sending the file. And I would say, accept the file please. He accepts the student accepts the file and you keep on going with something else. But better in advance. Everywhere. so our masterclass should have been called in advance.
Mhm.
Give a class in advance. So you send it in advance. How? You are online. Students are 3 offline and 2 are online. How many students will get the file on time before the class? Those 2 that are online.
Yeah.
Those 3 that are offline will receive the file only when they connect to Skype. And probably in modern society, honestly, people don't use Skype anymore that much. They're normally using some WhatsApp, Telegram, Messenger, whatever. Not that much Skype for just communication.
Mhm.
So they may switch on to Skype only at the time of the class and probably even being late.
Mhm.
So this thing of yours in advance may fail.
Mhm.
So the best is you prepare your class on the day when you finish the class
Mhm.
with the students. Like you have a class with the students, everything went okay. You have a break for 1 hour or 2 and you write your plan, you prepare everything
Mhm.
to be done in your computer and you send it to their email already done. And you write them a message on the phone saying, guys, pay attention, please, or connect to your Skype and load the files and let me know after, but it's a kind of too much work and they probably will not do that because, come on, we had our class and now it's my private life, come on, don't invade my space. So you may say, okay, I sent it to your email, please, in 2 days' time, confirm it to me that you've received and everything's okay with the files.
Mhm. Mhm.
So the best preparation that you need to do for an online class to be made after the previous class. Well, and actually then you are calm as well because whatever happens, you are kind of ready already.
Mhm.
Okay? If something happens to your computer, if something happens to your home, you half an hour before the class, you open your computer, it doesn't work. You open your phone, doesn't work. You open another thing, it doesn't work. Okay, I go to fun languages, I still have half an hour. So something like that. You can arrange a solution. Preparing everything in advance. Okay, you can send
How
file.
often can these kind of problems occur?
It's unpredictable, Rita. Well, if you have very good internet, if the student has, if the student has good internet connection, good meaning like really good fast internet, normally it will not appear that much. But once in a while, it may fail. Even the Skype can switch off and stuff like that. It happens. Well, let's say with the students, when I'm working with them at night, around 9 o'clock, it happens less than when I'm working with a student at
Of
around
course,
4 o'clock
of
during the
course.
day. So it depends on too many factors, and you can't really predict that. The only thing that you can do, you can't be responsible for the program, you can't be responsible for computer, you can be responsible for yourself. Okay? You can answer only to yourself and say, I've done it all. And it's possible, and I can say that it's much easier when you are really prepared in advance, when you prepare one class after finishing.
Okay. Imagine it stops. It doesn't work any longer. What do you do? What's the plan?
We will get there.
Okay, okay.
Now we will just finish this main part, just not to interrupt it, for it to be kind of logical. And then at the very end, I will speak about the problems that may occur.
How long
and
do you
to
think this will take?
solve it. Not long.
No? Okay. Just for me to know the time the video will have.
Okay. So, sending file, you may send it in advance through Skype, through email. How else?
WhatsApp?
Yes, exactly, Rita. And it's very good and it's very important. Nowadays, WhatsApp and Telegram. Telegram is more reliable for the classes in these terms.
Telegram? I don't know it.
I will tell you after.
It's an application also?
It's an application as well. It's like WhatsApp, but it's more developed.
Okay.
So, well, you can send these files through WhatsApp, through Facebook Messenger, through Telegram, through lots of other things. Because you may even ask your students, how much do they use their email? How often do they check their email? Not often. I can tell you for sure, I almost don't check my email. If I don't know that somebody is going to send me something, I will not even go there. Everything, all my life, is on WhatsApp, Telegram, Messenger. That's it. And Instagram, obviously, but Instagram is not for that, it's for other things. So you can send file via email, via WhatsApp, or via Telegram. So you've got plenty of things for you to do your work. Handouts, sending files, good. You can send audio files, video files, text files, whatever files. What do you do when you are sending an audio file and how to deal with that after? Audio and video, for example, you are going to watch a part of the movie, you prepared a part of the movie, you've got it, everything is done, great. You are sending it. How will you send it through email? It can be heavy, right?
Yeah, if it's a movie again, would that be a link?
Huh?
If it's a video that we might have gotten from somewhere like YouTube or Vimeo, and you just send a link, would that be easier?
We can send a link, but again, you are relying on the link, on the student and
Yeah.
on the link. You are telling the student, please put this link. And okay, he goes to the link and downloads, and he still is online on Skype, so he goes to another website, your window, you appear somewhere here, and if you're still sharing the screen, then you will be this small there, and the screen is like this there, and he will be going to the link, and then if the link doesn't send him exactly to the file when he needs, after entering the link, he needs to still enter something. It happens when there is a PDF that you need to open in this link, or it's a video which you need to start, and normally there are plenty of commercials in front, and first you need to scroll down to the video, then open the video, put it to the full screen for the student to be able to see it better. How long will it take? Even if everything goes right. Too long.
Too long.
Too long. And you're losing time. You're losing the speed of the class, which is also important. This way you're losing the attention of the students. And you've got a group of 5 people. If everything goes with 4, if everything goes right with 4, and the 5th, by chance, pressed on the commercial, and it sent him already to another thing. And then something it happens. And to students, believe me, especially teenagers, it happens really a lot. It's almost all the time. Unless it's Teresa. I used to have a student who is very, very uptight, always very prepared, always very concentrated, always very certain. But come on, that can happen, and you really don't want this to happen. Sending to the links is possible for the homework, not during the class. The class, again, is your responsibility, and you need to prepare it 100%. So, especially online, okay? Because you already don't have an eye contact with the student. And if you lose it, dynamic, if you lose it a bit, then a class gets into a swamp, you know? And it's already not that good. Well, and you will not have a good feeling after either. So, email, you've got one more amazing thing, which is called Google Drive. I will put just Drive. Almost everyone is using Gmail nowadays. Or even if they don't, you can give them access to your Drive. And here, yes, you can send the link.
We have it.
But then,
we have it here in the school.
good, especially. That's even more simple for you, because you can send the link and you can be sure that opening that link, they will get exactly where they want to be, and they will not have commercial, and they will not have anywhere to run away from that. And if you are doing it as it's written in advance, like sometime before, they still have some days to upload it from your Drive. Okay? And they will not need to enter there during the class. Okay? But we always can share the screen. Okay? We always can share the screen. And it's a really good tool of Skype, which doesn't exist in any other application. But again, whatever may happen. And again, you may need to use several files. You need to use audio, and students need to look at the handout, like to a file or in Word or PDF, where they need to listen and finish the phrase. Okay? So then it's a kind of too many things, and then one thing covers another on your screen when you're sharing. So at least one thing they should have already, and they can switch it on themselves. Okay? Great. Handouts. And the last thing is games. So in these handouts, we've discussed the kind of movies already, any kind of films that you can watch, audios. I think it's clear, songs and stuff like that. Games. How will you do games with them online? Because, well, it's fun languages, right? And apart from motivation, they need to have some pleasure in doing what they're doing. Okay, as far as we're running a bit out of time, I will just give you an answer. Presentation. It's not PDF, it's what? PowerPoint. PP. Which is my option and it's my professional secret. How I'm doing classes online. For every class, I'm just preparing a presentation in PowerPoint, and I include everything. Audio, video, game, because game you can, if you know how to use PowerPoint correctly, you can press the button and you can share the screen and the class is already here, one by one slide, and it's going, and it's dynamic. If you need to keep an eye contact for a moment, you stop sharing the screen, but this stays. And you don't need to go to one file to another, then switch on audio, or go to the link and switch on video. No, you've got it everything here in the PowerPoint presentation. And this in advance, preparing a class like 1 week before, let's say, or some days before, and preparing, like starting the class preparation really to connection, like half an hour before, really works, because you switch on your again PowerPoint presentation and you see, okay, it's there. It's already waiting for me on the computer, and then you're just waiting for a call from the students. So my recommendation, my personal recommendation, would be presentation PowerPoint. Because there you can do games, you can do whatever. For the games, you also can use some websites. Do you know any websites for online games?
Not particularly.
We use our own.
You use your own, but well, in this case, it would be good to find some. I've got one product actually, which is called A Guide to Self-Learning English, which includes these kind of things, but it has a cost. So you can find it online yourself, like put on Google and look for stuff there, or you can just buy one of those guides. Well, that's it. So it can be any. So online games and their bloggers, videos, and what's not. Lots of things. So basically, I think that's it about how it works during the session. And now we are getting to some bonus things, and I will need more 10 minutes. Possible?
Yes.
Okay, so things that are important for a good quality of the class. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and it should be like this when you are the face of your business. You should be professional for more people to come to you, right? So you need to provide good sound during the class, because you will have audio, okay, that's very, very good, but still you are talking and communication should be there. So you should have a good microphone, and you can use this, which includes already a microphone and the headphones, but sometimes it's not enough. With this computer, this is enough. The computer is quite strong and in these kind of senses. I had other computers during, right after Fun Languages, right after working, because I think I changed like 3 or 4 during working. So, and the sound was really horrible. And this is not enough. It's very weak. So the best is when you've got a separate microphone. Well, I don't know how, if you will want to invest in that, but if you're going to give classes online, not only for a week or 2, but after or receive something or even have good communication, well, it makes sense. And then are you going to give classes from here or from home?
Yeah, still not sure yet.
Still not sure.
No.
Good. Then I will explain that as well. If you are giving classes at home, it's totally
Probably.
fine. You don't need to leave home for that. As far as you say that you've got very good connection of the internet, everything is working technically, then you just need to choose the space. You don't sit down in your bed, which is especially if it's on Sunday, or you don't stay like in front of it with a bed behind you, or with the door of the corridor behind you, and people are. Any kind of distraction should be avoided. The best option is choose as white wall or one color wall as possible. Put table, put computer, and you are here. Especially you will not need any board or anything because you will have, I assume, presentation PowerPoint, so you can continue. So basically the students are concentrating on you. And then the position, light is also important, so even if it's a day, but if we switch off this light and we start making a video call, I can appear with some shades on my face and stuff like that. So this light is very good, so you need to switch on the light. Artificial electrical light, always even during the day, if you are not close to the window. And again, being close to the window, for example, Rita would not give a good class now because all the students would see in the screen would be this, like black or white spots or something like that, and some light coming from behind as if she's a saint or something like that. It's a very nice production.
I am a saint.
So the best ever position during the day would be close to the window, but like on the side. Okay, or just using this light. You just switch on the lamp or two. The best are two from one side, from another, and the third in front. So you are kind of like now. I'm imagining the picture that you are sitting somewhere close to the white wall with a table, laptop, and the 3 lamps are near you, and people at home thinking, Jesus, he's here like posing as a model, or is he really doing something like teaching? But it's this, because if we deal with these kind of things, it's better. Okay, how can you make instant linguistic checkout? Checking, yeah. So how can you, dictations and stuff like that, you can just dictate, and they can type, or they can write in their exercise book, and then make a photo and send it to you. Via whatever. Via WhatsApp, Skype, email, whatever is enumerated there. Okay, so check homework, home task. Home task should be included in your presentation. So your presentation should be like the last part is normally you are doing something nice, and then the next slide will be their home task. And it's better if they have your presentation with them as well, so you send it to them in advance as well. You will be sharing the screen, but you know that if something goes wrong, they've got the presentation and they can switch it on their computer. So, and here Google Drive will help a lot. And this way you kill several ducks with one stone. Is it how you say it?
2 ducks.
Two ducks with one stone. Yes, thank you. Because you are showing Rita that you've prepared your plan of the class and she can enjoy it fully. Then you can send it to the student and the student will have it for sure. You will be prepared and you will not need to go from one file to another during the class. You will have it on. So you just done it all with PowerPoint. PowerPoint, yeah. PowerPoint. So, home task, and then checking homework and tests. You can do it during the class orally. I don't know if you're practicing it. I'm not a fan of this approach because I think it's a time loss.
What? Sorry?
Checking homework during the class, like read please what you've done.
Ah, okay.
He has done it
Of course,
already
in this
at home,
case,
and
no.
he starts just reading during the class. That's a kind of
Of
time
course,
loss.
but they can send by email the results.
Yes, exactly. Again, how it should be done in advance. Yes, very good. They can do it after, but then you cannot include it in your class. Okay. And you normally don't give more than 5 minutes for that because especially online, they tend to, oh, I didn't understand this or that, and you say, I will send a file to you. And this way, as far as they're sending a file to you, it's already done and you can like put it on your phone, you've got this application. If it's a photo with text document, you know that you can make this tags and notes. But on the phone, you've got a picture, you just put a circle, and a circle here, circle there, and then you put it on your computer and you go, circle 1, and you say exactly what you want to say. Or you can make an audio, record your voice message. If you don't want to write a lot, you can record your voice message and send it to your student. So, and student, which is good because student can listen to it whenever they can, whenever they want. Then, okay, so in advance through files and then via emails, okay, or later we've discussed, it's not a point. What happens if we send files to the person offline? I've already explained, they may not receive it. So you always need to confirm that they've actually downloaded everything, they've received everything, and they are ready for the class. Okay, now it's a bit of a bonus, exactly the question of Rita. Thank you so much for that question, that was really clever. What happens if Skype fails? You can, of course, say, it's not my destiny to give a class today, I'm going to an ice cream in a cafe. No, but you can, if you're a fan of your work, actually, you can, which I'm sure you are, so you can still use some other things like WhatsApp, Telegram, Messenger, that work completely the same way. But in WhatsApp video, you can create a group, and you can make a group call, as well as in Telegram. But it's not very professional in the sense you can't share the screen. For that, it's very handy that you will have this, which will be sent to them. But WhatsApp is very quick, much quicker than Skype, and it fails less. So you can use all this, or you can use another very professional website, just like Skype. Can I just take it all out? Just the last look to what I've written. And now I'm going to take this all away. And put this. Zoom US. This is exactly the same as Skype, and it's working actually better in terms of technically. Skype gives one or two things like disappearing, a call disappearing or something like that, like failing or whatever, or sound something. Almost every time, it just depends on the period of time that it takes. Zoom US gives it less, still can, but that's why you've got a lot of other applications. So that's it.
What's the difference between Zoom.us and Skype?
Skype is in Zoom. You to create a big group like of 10 people, you need to pay, and it's not that easy as Skype to download.
Mhm.
You need to enter the website
Okay.
and find it and stuff like that, but it's possible, okay?
Mhm.
And it's quite good to work with. And normally people don't know it. Students don't know about
Yes, because
Zoom
my
yet.
problem is once we are going to have quarantine
Yes.
and all the schools will try to arrange alternativas, não é?
Of course.
There will be a lot of people online
Mhm.
and using the common ways. They will use Skype, they will use Google
Rita,
School.
about are you worried about competition in this sense?
No, I'm not worried about it. I'm worried is that because
Okay,
everybody is
okay.
using the
Yes, I
same, the system
understand.
will not work.
Mm-hmm. This is
I'm not
yes,
worried.
yes,
I
yes.
think everybody, we need to help each other on
No,
these times,
yes,
not
of course.
to.
Not vice
No,
versa.
no way,
So
no way.
making things more consistent.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Right, you are.
The thing
So,
is apagão.
Mhm. Yes, I understand. That's why you've got all other applications
Mhm,
and
mhm.
things.
Okay.
This Zoom US, it's one of the professional secrets. That's people who are giving classes online. Some of them basing their classes on the Zoom US because it's small investment. You need to pay for the things, but as soon as you pay, you've got so much more than Skype can offer. And so much more professional and with so much more quality, and well, it gives much more for really little money. But you need to know how to use it. So, and the problem with it, that people don't know it, so you need to make a preparatory work before.
Mhm.
And normally, well, I can say about the teenagers, Rita, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think teenagers will want to sit down there and read everything that Zoom writes, how to download it, how to work with it, when they already
Yes,
know
it's
how
easier to
use
have Skype because usually nowadays everybody has Skype, so
Yes,
I think it's easier, of course.
of course.
Thank you very much, Tasha.
Okay, if any questions, you're very, very welcome.
Well, I have some, but it can be offline because they are so basic. I never gave a class and I don't
Come
give
on,
classes.
I will try to be quick.
No, it's I am not used to use Skype actually. I have it, but I'm not used to, and I don't know how does it work. How can we show? How can we give the class and show at the same time?
Share the screen.
Share the screen.
There is a button that is called share the screen.
Ah.
When you're having a talk on Skype, unfortunately I don't know why, that's the problem. You see, I arrived here, I checked everything yesterday, but I arrived here at the time limit, and I didn't have that half an hour just to see if everything works right. Wi-Fi, and then this Skype thing, it doesn't look very professional, right? Honestly. So, it's not good for the results if I could, but my Skype doesn't switch on now on my computer, it doesn't work here. It works on my phone, I'm sure.
But mine is not open.
But again, but I don't have Rita there, I can't call her, so if I
Yeah.
start
But mine is
using-
not open also. Okay.
Usually when you have the video chat, you like hover your mouse over the bottom. You
Yes.
get some symbols, and I think it's
okay.
the three dots, which is like the universal sign for like extra options.
So what
And then it has
happens?
like share screen.
Your image will get off and
No,
PowerPoint will get in.
not exactly.
You stay little little
Yeah,
image,
yeah,
you here.
You will
Okay.
still stay there
Okay.
unless you will switch it off.
Yeah, you
Or
just
your
shrink.
student just will.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come on, give me a sticker to see him or her.
And I'm worried because I cannot open Skype also.
But, well, I can open Skype on my phone, but again, it's unprepared because I don't have Rita in the list now. So I
Mhm,
can't
of course.
make a call and I can't show exactly how it looks. But I will do it. I will do it and I will make a video. I will make a video on my phone of what I'm doing, what is happening. Okay, I've got an application for that, but it will be already post-tax.
It's not working.
So that's it. And
Não.
there is a plus.
Isto é um atalho, mas
So-
eu fui aqui e ele não deixa abrir.
So probably,
Isso depois resolve-se.
Yes, my
probably you
husband
need to
is
download it again. That's why,
automatic.
Rita, you've got your phone, and then it's always very handy when you, well, as far as I'm working a lot online, I've got everything,
Yeah.
you know, and I've got Skype uploaded. Don't have it anymore there because nowadays I'm concentrating on another type of classes that I created, not anymore that much Skype. Well, but you can have this application everywhere, and you can have different Skype names, or you can put whatever name you want. And what is good, again, if you prepared your presentation in advance and you uploaded it
So
to-
you need to have
Google
PowerPoint in the PC, no computador.
in
you
the
need-
phone.
You have to have PowerPoint, you have to have Skype, you have to have what other programs, because they are probably getting one from the school. So I need to know exactly what I should have there.
Okay, yeah. Well, you
PowerPoint,
will see with that.
Skype?
PowerPoint, Skype.
PowerPoint, Skype, Google Drive,
Google Drive, yes.
Google Drive, email, and Skype prepared for the classes, email prepared for the classes. To make it all easier. That's more or less it. And in advance preparation and doing everything in advance. So you prepare the class. That's like I know how to prepare the class right after the class that you had. I used to do that even with offline classes because it's still fresh in your mind how they worked, what is better to give, what handouts give to each one, because sometimes you give different ones to each student. They are of a different level and they need to cover some different parts. So it's easier for me to make everything prepared on the same day. Yes, okay, instead of 3 o'clock, I'm free at around 6, preparing all the classes that I had that day. But then the rest of the week or the rest of 4 or 5 days, I'm kind of free from that.
Yeah.
And I can have my free time, and I'm totally sure that I'm prepared. And as soon as I have a session, I go there half an hour before. I just everything works. PowerPoint here, Skype switches off. Good. I made a call to somebody. Great, it's working. And there is something in Skype that, as it is, if you can't call somebody else, you can check it still. There is like check your video call or something like that.
Okay.
So everything works. I leave it as it is. I even close the computer or I go do my things for the rest half an hour. I write to the students I'm already online. While I'm doing all that, I'm already online. So as soon as it's time, feel free to call me, and they call me. And the Skype tells me as soon as they call me, I go there and I'm prepared. I'm just tweet, share the screen, and I'm there. Okay, so that's really handy. And I'm still at home doing my things if they don't appear.
Okay. Posso?
Thank you.
Yes, you can switch it off. It's